Himendra and I'm back with another video. This one is going to be my first ever TBR list video. So for this month, I have jotted down 7 books which are on my TBR list and they are my topmost priorities. And just to tell you, I've never done that before. So I'm a little excited about it. Without much further ado, I'm going to start with the video and listing down the books which are already on my TBR list. The first book is The Sky is Falling by Sidney Sheldon. I do not know much about the book, but all I could understand from the description is it is related to the political atmosphere of the American society. So there's this royal family and it is entangled with a lot of conspiracy and investigations and the political stuff. But weirdly they end up getting killed, all the 5 members, in a single year. So there's this anchor woman, TV anchor woman, who understands that there's some conflict, or there's some sinister thing playing behind the entire plot. So she starts investigating and ends up finding a lot of hidden mysteries and secrets behind, and revealing that endangers his life and her son's life. This is an interesting book, and I do not know much about Sidney Sheldon. The only 2 books which I read of him is like Tell Me Your Dreams and Nothing Lasts Forever, which I like. I do not know any other book of his. I mean, I have not read them, and this is there on my TBR. Yes, on soon I'll start reading it. So my second book is again by Sidney Sheldon, and this book is The Other Side of Midnight. This book was again given to me by a friend of mine. So the story behind this book is that a beautiful French actress wants to gain a lot of success and popularity. In order to do that, she gets entangled with a very huge Greek tycoon and ends up getting entangled in a lot of problematic scenarios. Parallel to that, there's another story going on. A hero, a war hero who's rather handsome, and he gets lured by another woman, although he's married. So I can understand that there's a lot of things going on in this book which I'll be really excited to read about. So let me see how it goes on. The third book which I'm excited about is Turtle All the Way Down by John Green. This book is actually like every single Instagrammers or book bloggers, they have been taking over this, rating, reviewing, clicking picture about this book. Honestly, I do not know the entire story of this book, neither have I read any of the review or gone through the description, because I want to keep it a mystery and see what exactly it is about. I hope it's not that romantic because I'm not that into romance. I have not read any other John Green book. Sorry, I haven't. This would be my first. The fourth book, I received this book from Bloomsbury Publishing House. This book is by Himendra Nath Verma, My Allahabad Story. This book by the author is kind of interesting because reading the description, it is something very unusual. So the author, he recollects his entire childhood story witnessed by the author, which he has jotted down in this book. His life, his childhood, which was, I'll say, rather exciting as per the description. I'm interested in reading this book because it is in a way kind of a biography in a fictional manner maybe, which I like. I've not gone into it a lot, like deeply, so I don't know much about it, but yes, it is actually on my TBR list. This book has been there on my shelf for a long period of time. Not a long, I had to review this, and this book I'm actually very excited about. Sinners, The Dawn of Kalki by Naveen Durgaraju. As per the book, Kalki, the last avatar of Vishnu, is going to be born when the entire bad, evil thing of the earth of every single human being has reached its peak. That is the time when he's going to be born, and it is said as per the mythology that he's going to come in a white horse. On a white horse, and that is going to be his significance, his way of destroying the evilness and getting the goodness out again. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this book. This book was given to me by the author himself, and I know it's been a long time, but yes, this one has been on my TBR list for over few weeks, and yeah, so I'm going to start reading it. The Disobedient Darkness by Prateek Dubey. This book was given to me indirectly by the author himself. So this book is about a man. So he receives this unique gift in which he benefits other people in terms of his goodness, and that weirdly he starts using that in the dark side. which obviously becomes very much detrimental for him, and at the end he suffers a great deal of sufferance, including there are a lot of parallel stories which is going on in this book, like abducting of humans by unseen entities, and there is like a little bit of horror fictions to it, a little bit of mystery, and it's like a combination of a lot of things all mixed up together, but I don't really understand the entire description yet. It's a rather confusing thing, and the description written at the back does not really talk a lot. But yes, it's a heavy book, it's a big book, and it's just going to take me rather a longer period of time to complete it. But as per my brother, it's worth a read, and it makes you understand a lot of things about the good and the bad, which I am interested about, with the magical part and the darkness and the crazy stuff. So yeah, this book is there and I need to read it, but it's a heavy and intense one, so I need to give it a longer period of time. Weirdly, I never read this series before. I watched the first part and I hated it so much, and I was like, why does people, why do they go crazy, like what's the hype about it? So recently the entire bookstagramming community, they have been after me to start reading this series, and with the pressure I did, I got so horribly hooked with it, and I was like, oh my god, how could I waste so many years of not encouraging this book or the series? And I was like, oh my god, why did I miss this? It was a part of every single child, and I missed my childhood. So this is on my TBR list. Yes, people, Harry Potter. I am a newbie for the Harry Potter part. I read the first 2 parts and I absolutely adored it. This book is on my TBR list, which I am going to start reading very soon. But this book, I have read so much about Sirius Black, Albus Dumbledore, and the entire I mean, I could not wait but I had to read the description of the book just to know what exactly happens. I get very impatient, but I received this book few days back, but I was not getting the time around to start reading it, and I think by tonight I'll start reading this book. So technically this is on my TBR list, but this will be the first one which I'll start reading. I want to keep this at the end. So yes, this is my entire TBR list. I know it's like a lot, but still I'm happy about that. If you did like the video, do like and subscribe. The button is over there and I know you will like to do that. Other than that, do follow my social media handles, which I'll be mentioning in the description box below. And yeah, do let me know if you would like to get on with a book review of the Harry Potters, or a little mini review. Do let me know what you think. I mean, everybody knows the story of Harry Potter, but just my point of view, what I like, what all things I like, my favorite characters. Do let me know if you'll be interested in. Other than that, goodbye and thank you for watching. Bye bye.